Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Lamoura, and we are going to be reacting to the AnnaPurna Interactive Showcase of 2022. I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. I was doing a big old move over to Ohio to see my sister and my niece, so I've been completely out of the loop, looking at different things that I need to catch it back up on over the last 2 weeks, and the AnnaPurna Interactive Showcase apparently happened. I have absolutely no idea what they're going to be showing, if it's just reintroductions into a lot of titles that have been released, or if these are new titles that we haven't heard of before, but I have an interest. AnnaPurna has a lot of great developers and studios underneath them, so I'm really interested to see what they have to offer for 2022 and beyond. So we're going to watch this showcase. It's probably going to be about 30-ish minutes, and hopefully we can find some of our next favorite games, like our beautiful Stray that just came out earlier this year that we absolutely loved. So without further ado, we're going to watch this video. If you enjoy the content, make sure you obviously subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment, do all that fun stuff that you've been hearing on YouTube videos for the past 30,000 years. All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's start the video. AnnaPurna Interactive Showcase 2022. Show us what you got in 16 seconds. All right, here we go. Obviously, let me know how the audio sounds, if you can hear the things or you can't. I can adjust things on the fly as needed. That was that, like, Road 96 game? God, I don't know if that one with the mom and the daughter road trip game is out yet. 12 minutes. Heard a lot of negative things about 12 minutes. I had interest at first, but a lot of people have been saying, nope, time to bounce out. That looks like it's a little loud. I'm gonna turn that down a bit, guys. Sorry if I blew out your eardrums on that one. Ugh, The Artful Escape, dude. Such a good game. Neon White's been getting a lot of coverage as well. A lot of people have been enjoying Neon White. Good call. Good call. All right. Always trying to pay attention to the audio levels.
Second annual AnnaPurna Interactive Showcase. We had the best time sharing all of our latest games and partnerships with you last summer, so this year we're back again to show you what we have in store for 2022 and
I don't know if I saw 2021's
Today we'll have about
AnnaPurna
25
show.
minutes of new reveals, closer looks at games you've seen before, and spotlights on a few developers we are thrilled to be working with.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some more news about Stray coming out on different platforms. I think Switch and Xbox would be the only thing at this point, but it's too big. Thirsty Suitors. Uh-oh, that sounds horny. That sounds like a horny game. I love it.
Hi, I'm Chandana Ekanayaka.
And I'm Meghna Jayanth.
Goblin person, what's going on? We're watching stuff. We're watching stuff today.
Thirsty Suitors is an action-adventure RPG.
How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're having a great... Oh! I think I remember this game.
She's back in her hometown of Timber Hills after a brutal breakup and has to face everything she left behind. Her immigrant parents' tattered
that's right, dude. We wanted to keep an eye on this one because it's got like this interesting like
string of messily broken hearts she left in her wake.
The player shapes
it's got this interesting like style with its characters.
Cooking with her parents and fantastical terms.
It almost reminded me of Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Each suitor battle is a battle with the past. As Jalis confronted
drunk as fuck, not safe.
She
I hope you.
Let's look at how combat and narrative work together during the battle with Jalis' third grade.
Yeah, it's totally niche, but I hope you're safe, keeping yourself okay. Either at home or in the company of friends who are watching out for you, but don't get into too much trouble. Sergio just doing the little chuck and jive here. This is why I originally love this type of thing, because it's just so off the wall and so weird, but like hilarious. I could see this being either a really good time or just like one of the most cringe things I've ever seen. But it's unique, and I have to give it respect for being unique.
Jala's personality and backstory through choices, which build up her persona. Just when Jala thinks she's getting through to Sergio, he pulls her into his inner world, a psychic landscape where he's the man he imagines himself to be in reality.
What the hell? I can't make a dent.
Okay, maybe it's a little too much like Scott Pilgrim.
What's a girl to do?
Maybe a little bit too much like it.
All it takes to destroy Sergio's ego is a single word from his mom.
And it's got a narrator.
to help her win this psychodrama battle. Her
Okay.
mom.
Not sure how I feel about the QuickTime events. The chancla. He pulls out the chancla. The Scott Pilgrim meets Psychonauts. Yeah, it's a little bit like this, but like turn-based RPG.
Sergio's buried resentments to the surface.
The attacks are different, right? Not a lot of them are straight up just like physical attacks, like attack with a sword or magic. It's like psychological damage, more or less.
During the battle and can now start again.
I'm sorry I came on so strong, Jala.
As friends.
The power of
or
friendship.
even something more.
When
The
Jala needs
power
to
of
clear her
friendship,
head,
alright.
She heads out to an abandoned theme park just outside of town to go skiing.
With a little bit of Tony
These
Hawk Pro
days it's
Skater
run
in
by
there.
the mascot Sound
Just a smidge.
And his creepy cult of skaterpunk kids.
Our approach to skating is to make it accessible, not too punishing, but also add enough depth for folks that really want to get into it. The basics are to keep the combo meter going up for high score.
What? Wait, what? Is this the main part of the game? Wait, I'm so
Extend the combos
confused.
on rails, wall
I feel like
runs,
this game
and
may be
moves,
trying to do
turns,
too
and
many
a
things.
Combo finisher for a big score. These are just some of the stories and mechanics packed into Thirsty Suitors.
Yeah, I feel like this
So
game
much
is trying to
more
do too
shareable
many
flavor.
things at once, and I don't know if it'll execute on anything all that well.
Her mistakes, makes up with her exes, reconciles her cultural differences, and becomes the person she was meant to be.
Thirsty
I mean,
Suitors
you can
is on
high-five a
Steam,
dog.
PlayStation,
How
Switch,
much more do you
and
need?
Launching into Game Pass.
It's definitely different.
Experience the game for yourself with a Thirsty Suitors Steam demo.
Steam demo.
Out now.
Out now. Shadow drop on that Steam demo. All right. Fair enough. You can't be mad at a demo. It looks cool. It's not like, obviously don't
It's hard
expect the
not to
next
think
God
about
of
how
War,
time
but like
has changed the memory of you.
indie games. People are making
it will
games.
continue
People
to
are making their
change,
passion projects.
shift,
You gotta
until
respect
I'm
it.
left with a version I've created in my head. I'm packing things up, clearing out your stuff, sorting through memories that twist and turn, depending on the way you look at them.
And I think that's why like I also enjoy these types of games, is because like a lot of
It's hard
your
not to drift
investors in
into the
AAA
past.
companies aren't gonna greenlight these types of games, but like indie games, they get to. And you get to see some unique things that may not be the next greatest innovation, but like something that is cool and that you've never seen like before.
To remember
More like
everything
Stray, please,
all
yeah.
at once.
But you need these types of games to get you the okay to make Stray. You can't.
Back when you were
Most people
still
don't
here.
immediately get to make Stray as their first game. And listen, I'm not saying you gotta enjoy all these games. I'm not saying you gotta play all these games, but at least at the very small set, you gotta respect developers getting out there, putting themselves out there, and putting out a game that they want. So, Chicago, Cardboard Computer. All right, loving the music so far.
Our studio's called Cardboard Computer, and it's just three of us.
Yeah, it looks exactly like the type of people that I would expect from
My name's
Chicago.
Jake Elliott. I'm the writer in this studio, I guess, in the team, and I also do a lot of
I did see that Cult of the Lamb has Twitch integration. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing Cult of the Lamb. Too many things, unfortunately, to play, and it's a roguelike that I'm like, eh,
making records.
I'm not quite sure.
I guess
I'm still a little bit iffy on it.
Year.
We were at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. All three of us were living in Chicago around 2010, I think. Tomas and I wanted to make a video game, and we had a few other
Enjoy
ideas.
reading that and not being able to
before we
react
settled
because
on
you're
Kentucky
recording.
Route Zero.
We brought Ben on for the second act, I think, and that was in the spring of that same year because we were somehow managed to release
This
the
guy's
second
shoes,
act
though,
in a few months.
they're wild.
It would be Friday night, and we'd be like, okay, I bet if we worked all night tonight, I bet we could publish this game tomorrow morning. And we were like, okay.
You know,
We would
it's
work all
like,
night
I
and we'd be
understand
quite done. We'd be like,
making
okay, but I bet we could do Sunday.
the
I bet if we kept going, you
forefronts,
know. And
the
it ended up being
developers, but
impossible,
like at the
so
same time,
we had to
these are
adjust
video
our
games.
expectations a little
I
bit.
care less
7
about the
years.
people behind
It's
it,
like another 3
as
years
bad as
before
that sounds.
Learned
It's
a
just
lot
like
about
show
our own
more of the
processes,
game.
and I think that's
When
still
80% of your presentation is
carrying
people,
over into the new
that's kind of a problem.
Right after KRZ came out, I think we moved directly into this new game.
But the idea has been kicking around for years.
Maybe as old as KRZ.
We're working on a new project. It's the first project we're really seriously focusing on.
Because it feels like a pitch
performance.
meeting.
That's, like,
It doesn't
kind
even
of a
feel
core
like
part
it's
of the
an
piece.
announcement to anything, right?
It's like very still.
They look like a
lot of
band.
animation,
They look like
everything's sort of
standard
slow
people from
idle
Chicago.
tableaus.
It's
We're sort of doing a lot of R&D with making it more lively.
This is a version of like fully
That's kinda
animated
cool.
characters that we can do as a 3-person team, basically. This workflow is already just so exciting.
This
Kinda
time
cool.
we have a lot more knowledge going into it.
Quick nap for
Beginning
Kara.
of
Enjoy
Zero,
it.
it was
See you
more
later. Thank you for stopping
staggered
by
sort
and
of
saying hello.
development. And now we've known each other for so long, and we're so comfortable with each other, and I think that informs making the new work. in
They
a way
do
that
look like they
feels
would have a band with a
substantial and
banjo, right?
exciting.
The new game,
They look like
about a different
we're
tempo. It's
cardboard
faster
computer,
and
and our
hopefully
unique thing is a
funnier.
banjo.
There's comedy in KRZ.
It's like, all right,
But it's
guys.
a tragedy.
But it's a tragedy. It's not a tragic comedy, though.
No, it's just a tragedy.
I just like I can't say anything because unfortunately they barely show their game. So like I have nothing about that. I really hope this one, Bounty Star, shows actual
I
gameplay.
thought I was done with this life. But I suppose that's not my privilege to possess. Some skill sets
Style.
are a curse. Maybe someday I'll find the peace in that.
Western mechs.
Sadly, today is not that day.
Okay, is it on rail shooter type of thing, or is this more open? I wasn't expecting the mechs when I heard her accent and the way she looked, and the music. But I'm actually kind of into a western type of mech experience. A girl and her
Tomorrow's
robot.
different.
Oh, okay. It was called Bounty Star. Oh, okay. I thought that was the name of the company. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Developer Spotlight. All right, don't expect gameplay on this one.
A Link to the Past was the reason I got into making video games. It was from my dad. He passed away, and that was one of the last things that he left.
Damn.
I came back to it.
Heavy.
In my early
Heavy
teens.
start.
It was just a really sentimental and emotional experience. And when I beat it, I was like, oh man, I really want to make an experience like this for someone else. So I started to make my own game, and I would stream the whole process. And I had a pretty active community on Twitch, and Chris was one of the first people. I was thinking, how am I going to make this game alone? Then one day, he started typing in my chat. He said, do you have a mic? That's how it all got started.
Hey, I'm Chris Hoffman. I'm the programmer at a company that Fabian and I started called Yarn Owl. I work in Austin, and Fabian works in
Interesting.
Atlanta.
Good old Zelda,
been
for sure.
working full time
Okay.
on the project together.
I'm seeing the
for
Zelda
a
inspirations
little
just
over a
based off
year
that.
and never met. Hey, how's it going? This is Fabian.
First time
I mean, for a 25-minute presentation, it's a little.
Like, I've talked to
I don't know. It's their second one ever, but AnnaPurna. Like, I appreciate it, but this could have been better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
After work, we both come home and start working on the game. Then at the end of 2020,
Ooh.
I shot
good
him a
character
message one
design,
day
though.
and I said, hey, are we really going to make this game? He said, yeah. I quit my job that day. And then in 2021, we started Yarn Owl.
I was like, man, he is fully on board. So
Is
from
that a good
point,
idea?
I just
Is that the way to
figured
do
he
it?
would be the best
Just
person
quit your job
to
and
work with.
start making a game that you don't know if it's going to make money?
He does everything code and I do everything art. We'll just hop in a meeting for like a good hour, but then it ends up being like 3 hours, 4 hours, because we get excited just talking about different ideas. It was definitely emotional. Now all of this is happening and all of this is real. If I didn't get A Link to the Past from my dad, or even Wind Waker later from my mom, just getting those games as a kid is
All right,
what
so Zelda
motivates me
inspiration,
now,
it seems like.
to want to make an experience just like that.
I mean, I don't dislike Zelda inspiration. I'm not a huge fan of Link to the Past, though, to be honest with you. I've tried to play that game a lot, and I always get lost in it.
It's been a little
the
while,
dual world
and
thing.
I just wanted to reassure everyone that no, you did
Wild.
not collectively hallucinate our announcement of Outer Wilds for the Nintendo Switch. It's
Huh.
possible we were a bit
Okay.
over-optimistic on the time frame. this point, it's possible we just fundamentally misunderstand the Gregorian calendar, but it's still happening.
I didn't know that was an
To bring
announcement.
a great version of Outer Wilds to the Switch. Thank you for your patience. We'll have new
Guys,
info for you as soon as possible.
I couldn't get into
With
Outer
that
Wilds.
said, we also have
I
some
really
good news.
tried. I really did. No, I didn't. I gave it a chance, and it didn't grasp me. It just didn't get me at all. I've heard it's a fantastic game. It's a lot of people's favorite games, or like top, but I just don't get it. In 60 FPS on the Switch? I don't know about that one. I mean, okay. 60 FPS for... Okay, this was a different announcement for Xbox Series X and PS5. Okay. I was gonna say, 60 FPS on the Switch that don't seem too doable. But okay. Oh, the Pathless. I actually want to play this. I almost forgot about this game. It got released, and for some reason I couldn't play it because I think it was on the PS5 only, and I wasn't able to play it. Or it was on Epic Game Store and it cost money, and I didn't want to pay for it. One of those two options. I can't really remember. Definitely do want to play it though. The movement seems. Mwah. Okay, Winter on Game Pass is coming out. This was a cool, like, optical illusion, like, depth perception type thing for solving puzzles, which looked pretty cool. But it's a pretty heavy story from what I remember.
Every move intensifies my pain. Your blind ambition, all your good intentions. Everything you touch turns to ash.
December 6th on Steam for Solar Ash. You know what the crazy part is? Like, there was so much hype for this game because of their previous title, and after Solar Ash came out, I feel like no one ever talked about it. So I don't know if that was because the wrong people who didn't have as much of a reach were talking about it and loved the game, or if no one really loved the game and it kind of just faded away. Is this Edith Finch? This is one of those walking simulators. I always forget the names of them. God, I always forget. I always get all of them mixed up. Yeah, What Remains of Edith Finch. There we go. Available now on Xbox Series X and PS5. Upgrade now for free. Great. Now, jumping across the pond to another owl company. Third Shift. Developer Spotlight.
For a long time, I didn't even know that I wanted to make games. And I always loved writing stories in school and learning about the mechanics in video games. At some point, I just thought, okay, maybe I can combine those two things.
Man, what a peaceful looking place. Like, so cozy.
Working in these creative programs and
this
those were
dude's
the first
office
steps
area
of
and
kinda, like,
house looks
expressing myself.
fantastic. I'm jealous,
My name is
actually.
Kai, and I'm a writer and one of the co-founders of Third Shift.
I'm Fabian. I'm the artist and one of the co-founders of Third Shift. Right now we are in the west of Germany, in my apartment, which is at the same time the
Fancy
headquarters
water
of
can.
our little company.
Jesus, the
When we
vibes that this
started
guy has.
thinking about our project, did a lot of brainstorming actually on this balcony here, and this was when the idea was born.
Forever
is a
ago.
Story-driven road trip adventure game.
Another
You
road
play
trip game.
as Alfred,
God, there's.
an elderly
It's
man
the
who
decade of
embarks on a
road trip
journey in
games,
his trusty
apparently.
van. The story is inspired by a trip I took down the Pacific coast. Fabian and I were always interested in the diverse landscapes in North America, and that's where a lot of the inspiration came from.
I mean, I have nothing
When
against
I
road trip games.
was about to go on this
They
road
just
trip,
got to be
he
more
asked me to,
unique
lend him
if
my
you
camera.
want to capture my
After he
attention,
came back,
because
he
there's
shared that book with
only
me,
so
and I said,
many like
"Thank you."
different things you can do with a road trip game.
And this was actually taken in the middle of nowhere. You can drive for hours on end, and there's just no one. And this was just crazy to see.
Yeah, we have a scene just like this in the game.
Alfred was the first thing we had.
You play as an old man.
Didn't always look like this.
Yeah, you
This
live
is
on the
what
Pacific
Alfred used
Coast.
to look like. We started redesigning Alfred and making a little bit more lifelike.
Alfred's main purpose is to document this trip. Usually the games that stuck most with us are story-driven games.
I'm just excited to
Kind of
see
a
when
little
people
bit
actually
reminds me
play
of
this game in the
Session
future.
or Season. I think it was
I
Season,
hope this will be very soon.
where you like have a camera and you just photograph stuff on a trip. Yeah, not too much information on that, so I can't really say anything about it. It's a road trip game. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? It's got an art style to it that I'm enjoying. A mystical, fantastical world. The Flock logo was pretty good. It was pretty good. Look at these little weird sheep. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wasn't ready for those little hot dog boys. Okay. Why is everything like a little wiener, dude? Why is everything in this world a little wiener boy? Oh. That I wasn't expecting. Makes sense based off the logo. Interesting. I can only assume this is more like a chill out and vibe type of game, right? There's not going to be like crazy challenges in this, but like gather your friends. Interesting. I would, you know, sometimes you just need a good chill out game, and I actually don't mind that. Flock, you have my interest more than anything else so far. Yeah, kind of Katamari. Yeah, LP. Yeah, totally. What was it? One of the other games? Flower, I think it was. It was like one of those launch games or something for the PS4, where you like you're a petal, and then you collect more petals and leaves and stuff. Kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, flower. Yep, 100%. We were kind of on the same page there, LP. Whoa. Hohokum? Hohokum? Anyways, interesting. Never seen that game before. Not my jam, but for somebody out there. Alright, we're getting kind of towards the end. Katamari! Hey, look! You called it. You called it. Well, not for this game, but you name dropped it earlier for that last game. Oh. Okay. Well, got us excited and that was it. That was it. That was kind of disappointing.
Is a process. You try and guide it, but you're trying to guide like a gushing river. Often people reach for stories they've already heard. We really want to pull from our own experience as much as possible because it feels the most kind of real. I'm Laura. I'm the director at Dreamfield. This is the Hellfire Club. Way back when Dreamfield started, this is one of the first places we came for like research.
Ireland is full of ruins, and those ruins speak to a history of violence sometimes, a history of change as well.
I missed it to see if this was a game preview or developer spotlight. I'm assuming this is a developer spotlight, so not too much information on a game.
It was just going to be a few sessions, but it turned into like a full-time week just exploring.
We developed loads of ideas, and one of them became If Found. Suddenly there was a dynamic. We're like playing off each other, and then as more and more people come in, kind of like grows its own identity. I think like creativity is when you bring like one like random idea from here and one random idea from somewhere else, and like see how they could join or like what they could do together. And when you have
You know,
lots of team members, that just happens. It's really
I
important
always
to
have
me
this like weird
that
feeling with
we
visual novel
have the
games
energy
and
we
like
enjoy it when we come here.
games
So,
like this
today,
where they're telling you like
instead
a coming
of
of age story or
showing
whatever.
computer screens, I wanted to show like
Where you're not
Dreamfield is,
doing
like
like
all of these people coming
3D
together.
designs or like game mechanics in a
is
way
set
when
in
you're just kind of
like a
telling a
fantasy
story and
version of
choosing
Ireland. Probably the most obvious first
prompts.
detail is that all the characters are cats.
I always have to wonder is like, could this just have been like a webcomic?
I think art-wise we have something very unique. We have themes
I don't wanna
that I
bash
think
on
are
it,
very relevant these days about
but
coming
I always have
together
that
in the face of
question.
adversity.
Everything drowned will someday rise from the deep. The eerie message and theme of our game. And lots of cute cats.
Yeah,
The goal
yeah.
is
It just
to
makes me wonder. It's like,
be
why did this
creative together
specifically
and
have to
make
be a
something that
video
is
game? Like,
worthwhile.
what
I
about
think
it
what's fantastic
screams like
about
this
Dreamfield
has
is
to be
that,
a game
whether
you,
you're
that someone
working on
can
the music
play?
or the art or the programming, you're really invited to like bring your best to the table. Everyone kind of leaves a mark on it, which is really nice.
In a lot of ways, I think Dreamfield has become more polished as we've gone on. I think this game will feel more polished even compared to Found, but I hope that we still bring that edge of like exploration and adventure into it.
I mean, at the end of the day, I guess I gotta say, not really my jam, right? Maybe this game isn't for me, and so I'm not seeing the side of it that I should. So I don't want to say too much else on it, but I've always had that question for visual novel type games and things of that nature. Dinosaurs. You have my attention. First person dinosaurs. It's bitrate hell right now, dude. Nothing in this world is more at odds than foliage in live streams. Always send it straight to the depths of bitrate hell. Okay. It's kind of, I'm getting some Jurassic Park vibes from this, right? Seems like an island where they had dinosaurs roaming. And now they're free. And being very rude. But it doesn't look like you have any really good ways of fighting. Looks like it's going to be mostly like running. The Lost Wilds. Okay. I mean, I could be interested in Dino Horror game for sure, dude.
Thank you so much for
be
tuning in
in
to
with
our
that.
second annual AnnaPurna Interactive Showcase. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all again next summer.
All right. Thank you for joining us. That was actually, it was fun. It was fun. They can definitely iron out some kinks on that, for sure. But overall, I saw some things that I enjoyed, some things that I didn't, and I'm sure everyone else felt the same. And like, obviously, this isn't the Summer Game Fest. They're not showing off the next, like, AAA game here. But again, a lot of these games are people's forays into getting into the industry and getting a name for themselves and putting out ideas that they just want to put out, right? So I can't be mad about that. Overall, AnnaPurna Showcase, it's done. It's over. It was enjoyable, but I think that Dino Horror game was the one I'm like, I kind of want to play that. I kind of want to play a Dino Horror game. We'll see. Maybe that just means I need to play Dino Crisis. Who knows? Who knows? In any case,